Hello, as usual, if I get cut off, I will pick up next week, but I will start out with a poem. And first of all, I'm very upset because this piece of garbage light made in China just blew out, and we just put it in, and we just put new batteries in it, and already it's gone. So take a look at that. That's a damn well good piece of garbage. No good piece of garbage. Chinese garbage. Now, we did not buy that because we try all that we can to avoid buying things made in China, but somebody gave it to us. So, unfortunately, it was a piece of garbage. So, waste of batteries. Very, very, very wasteful. Okay, I'm going to start with a poem. It's called Our Free Will to Defend Our Future. What if we said no, and we refused to vote, and ignored all those suggestions regurgitated from your throat? Your suggestions are hidden demands. We're not putty in your hands. Sorry to disappoint you, but we decide our future plans. That's for humans to the bullies. Yeah, BLM, we decide our future plans. You do not come and take what does not belong to you. Have the nerve to sell what does not belong to you. Have the nerve to murder cattle and life that does not belong to you. Now, man, this is garbage. Alright, now, the news is trying to demonize the militia that are trying to help Clive Bundy protect his land. We say these people have a right to do that if they want to, and they are being threatened. So they are using the non-aggression principle, and they are defending what belongs to them. They are not harming anybody or scaring anybody. They try to lie on the news and say they made their own roadblock or something like that, and no, they did not. I believe they had paid actors claiming to be scared of the militia, but where is this? I can find it. This is not the case. Pete Santelli spoke to a Bunkerville resident and said, "What have you heard about? Are you worried about the protesters? Are they making you nervous?" And they said, "Fear militia? No, not really. They're only trying to protect the protesters and the people who own the farm." So, I mean, most people understand the common sense that we have a right to defend what belongs to us. Don't mess with us. Don't take our stuff. That's what Pete Santelli says, and it's true. You know, respect other people's belongings. Now, I'm very furious because this is happening not just to Clive Bundy. Luckily, that man was very lucky and had a lot of good friends and people that stood up for him, but there are plenty of other people who did not get that lucky. And Pete Santelli interviewed one of those people, and I'm going to tell you about it in a second. Land theft in Nevada, more land theft in Nevada. There's a man named Bobby Franklin. He needs our help. We need to speak this truth into existence and help him take back what belongs to him, which it has been taken and stolen and sold. The BLM victim comes forward on GMN. Lloyd George, the man named Lloyd George, led BLM to tear down the man's estate. This man's father bought the land in 1988 and 1989. Harry Reid's BLM task force tried to steal their land in 1996. In 1997, they came and destroyed 160 acres the Las Vegas Metro Police Department came and destroyed 160-acre land that belonged to this man, Bobby Franklin. He was also beaten and jailed, like Clive Bundy was, like they did. They even kidnapped his daughter. They did that too. They attacked his family. And this man's family was also attacked. He was beaten and jailed, and they put up roadblocks so they could take this man away with the excuse of DWI stops, so they could treat the land unjustly. Clark County, every public official turned against this man. This man was knocked off the town board. Theft of items, seized and auctioned off the land in 2005. Never filed. This man was attacked when he got attacked by the police. He never filed charges, but he had holes in his head and he had suffered a severe back injury because he wouldn't leave town. That's ridiculous. The Chinese company owned 80% off this man's land. No trespassing signs were ignored. Fences and power connectors, electrical equipment was destroyed. The man was not compensated for his loss. The man still owns the title of the stolen land, but he is not allowed near the land. What's up with that? That land belongs to this man. You give this man his land back, or I will come there and kill you. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't hurt anybody, but I'm saying these people make me absolutely furious. This man is a hard worker. He took care of this land, and they come in and take it and beat him up. That sounds like we live in a communist society, because that should never happen, especially in a place like this that claims it never happens, but apparently it does. And mainstream media wants to make up lies and say that the militia is bad for standing up for Clive Bundy. I'm sick and tired of this. Man, you know what? People are afraid of the damn BLM, damn Boy Land Management. That's what people are afraid of, not the militia, because they know that the militia are brave people who are trying to help people. Franklin owned the land, and the land was not for sale, and they had no right to sell it, but they sold it. It's ridiculous. Lloyd George is this, and guess what? Get this. Lloyd George was the judge and had that allowed, and guess what? He's the same judge harassing Bundy, so it's the same judge for that. Conflict of interest? Apparently they don't give a damn about that, do they? No justification for land theft. Don Laughlin Casino, Colorado Commission gave them the land. Embezzlement. This pig owns 85% of town. Now, I don't know. I think the Chinese have some kind of thing with it too, or whatever. But it doesn't matter, because this man, whoever it is a thief who stole from this man. Now, Franklin is not allowed near his land under false accusation of stalking the town manager. Tom Sentley ordered cops to destroy Franklin's property and kidnap his kids. And they put infrastructure under the land without the man's permission. It made the land even more valuable. And he still owns this title. And the judge keeps expunging the title. And the pigs are fighting for that title because they want insurance, and they can't get it because it belongs to this man and it's written in his name. The BLM is also planning to steal 260 acres in California. I'm going to start also be talking about next week the national ID card crap. This country has been fighting that back, and apparently they're going to be trying it again, because that's what these people do. They continually push and push and push, hoping to get somebody upset enough to hurt them, and then they point the finger and say, "See, we told you, you were terrorists." That's the thing. They come up with all sorts of names for us. Domestic terrorists. We defend our rights. We are rights defenders. We stand up for rights. They called somebody about, I think it was that man, Don Laughlin's secretary or whatever, Colorado casino person that gave away this man's land, and he he told her his website, and she said, "Oh, I don't like that word gorilla." And then she said, "Oh, telling you the truth, whether you like it or not." And then she said, "You're one of those people, huh?" What the hell that's supposed to mean? Who you talk about those people? We are citizens, sovereign citizens. We have a right to say what belongs to us. We have a right to tell you that you're wrong if you're going to come up and steal what does not belong to you. I will not steal from you. You do not steal from me. Absolutely. I can't believe it. It's ridiculous. And remember, don't forget, Yeshua says they will be recognized by their fruits. The evil people and the good people recognized by their fruits. So, BLM, you are showing some nasty ass fruit, and I'm going to kill it. That's it, man. I would not want any jam made out of BLM fruit, that's for sure. Let's see. There's a hotel out there that they interviewed, and they were very upset because they lost business because the BLM were embarrassed about what they did, and they just left. What the other BLM was doing, I guess. I have no idea what the hell is going on with that. The hotel claimed it was from bomb threats, and they were threatened, and all this stuff, and trying to demonize the militia. The Fourth Amendment violations. Yeah, they're trying to make them look bad. They're trying to make them look like they're the ones that are being criminals and threatening people, and they're not. Like I said, Pete Santilli interviewed somebody that lives there, and said he did not feel threatened, and he said he felt like they were doing what they should be doing because that's what you're supposed to do for your friend. You're supposed to have their back. The pigs are out of money, and they are selling land to China that does not belong to them. You cannot sell what isn't yours. This is wrong action, and we need to back up those who are being stolen from. It is our job to have our brothers back. And yeah, the BLM is just hoping to cause a violent incident so they can demonize people and take away their guns. Unlike the BLM, the militia, truth defenders of good people, do not want to carry guns. But unfortunately, because there are demons in this world run by the BLM, they have to. I'm tired of the BLM. I want them down, and guess what? There's some judge somewhere that wants to disarm these people because they should not be armed. They are not. They are a private corporation. So that's that for now. I'm very upset. Let me see. Matthias didn't have time to say this, but I'm going to take it for my segment. I don't know if this is going to cut or what, but I will. Let's see. Yeah. Guess what? The National Defense Authorization Act as a temporary injunction that could support a terroristic force, quote, without people could be if you support a terroristic force without realizing it. Spying, because they're spying and they're desperate to criminalize any opposition of the government. Oh, that's another nice name they came up with for us all. Oppositional defiant disorder. Apparently that's your mental illness if you disagree with the government. What kind of garbage is that? Yeah, I disagree with people stealing land and threatening people. Of course I do. I thought you was against bullying, but apparently the government, it's okay for the government to be a bully. It's okay for the government to do all this garbage. Desperately to criminalize people. American citizens can be indefinitely detained because they were accused of being a terrorist without due process. And just like what happened to the Japanese in 1944, American Japanese, they have not learned. They are going to keep trying to do this again. Mainstream news is being paid to lie by the Pentagon, in case you didn't know that already. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what else to say. I'm very, very fed up. I do not like this. These people are trying to demonize everybody they can. They are the terrorists. BLM, and the government people and the Pentagon, all that, people that are working for what they know is wrong, you are terrorists, not us. We are here to try to bring the light to earth. Remember, you will not be welcome, because everybody, when we get to the Cloverfield, if you liking and carrying on a lie, you are not welcome, because that's not going to be tolerated anymore. Nobody's going to be lying or hurting nobody anymore. We will make it stop. We will. We will have to be righteous people. Let's see. Okay. There's a word from a poem sent from the Creator. It said, "Join the truth. I'll defend the non-aggressors when they unite together. We are joined the truth forever, no matter what endeavor." He is there with you. He is in you. He is there, and He loves you. He exists in every living being. And you have the capability to have higher consciousness and look into the term epigenetics, which means that you can evolve your consciousness and take out the wickedness. Because the best way to do it is to expose the truth. So get out there, do whatever you can, try to tell somebody about this. It's going to be difficult, I know that, it's tough, but we will make it through, because we will not quit. Okay? I promise. So I'm going to go before I get cut off, and we will see you next week. Thank you for listening.